Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, a start to a new week. So I hope you have kind of a game plan set out. My game plan sometimes changes a little bit throughout the day. Again, I was talking to a friend the weekend saying that sometimes it's like I don't talk to myself, so I can't say no to something. If I've committed to something, it's very difficult for me to say no. So it's like I don't want to talk to myself, so I can't hear myself saying, you cannot go, you have to rest, you cannot do this, you need to do this or this or this. And anyway, that's just funny. The one thing that I thought I would share with you guys essentially is a little bit more bodybuilding stuff this week. And it is to work a little bit harder. Sometimes we daydream or we, focus on the wrong things while we should be focusing on the task at hand. And this could be anything, of course, anywhere in life. I always say, don't do 1, 2, 3 things. Again, talking recently, it's like these things come up so much, and it's with all of us, If you rely on how you feel about an activity to complete it, then you'll probably never get done with it. You shouldn't run on your emotions. They are in most cases useless. If you can't direct them or control them, they are sometimes a detriment to your success. So, I'm not one to if utilizing it, again, very powerful, But again, it depends on your effectiveness, your experience, and your commitment. The one thing, again, coming back to training, that I want, 1 or 2 things I really want you to do while you're training with correct form or while you're training in general. So a straight set would be thinking 1 to, doing not 1 to, let's say about 8 to 12 reps specifically in a working set. Now, if I say 8 to 12, that doesn't, of course, you could say I set up my training that I'm going to do 12 reps or 8 reps or whatever, but you shouldn't. And you're like, okay, what do you mean? What should I then be doing? Is you should be working towards failure every set. And when I'm saying failure, I mean, there shouldn't be 20 or 30% gas in the tank left. You should just work hard, really focus your effort on putting effort into the set. Focus your mind and what you're doing, that your form is correct. Don't think about this or that. I do that. That's why I like training at home. I can really focus. I don't need to worry about the things around you, So that's something I think that maybe I'm not so accustomed to, being distracted as much. But anyways, so think about that. Are you really putting your mind to the task at hand, or are you all over the place? Are you started doing your set and then your mind wanders off and you kind of just count? I really want you, maybe some sets don't count. See how far you can go, or count and see how far you can go. In other words, not counting kind of takes the mental block away, thinking that you've reached some goal, because you probably haven't. You're probably not even doing 50% of that set effectively if you're not focusing on it. If you can do 16, 18, 20 reps, then maybe something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm talking about working sets, not specifically warm-ups. Warm-ups would be a little bit lighter as you're coming up. So that's one thing I think is very important. The second part is, once I've reached that failure, with experience and a little bit of grit, I guess, right? They say character, it's most that there's little details on a tool like it's been used. In other words, the difficult things will help you become stronger, will shape your character, as they say, right? So thinking about that, putting in something like a rest pause, in other words, doing up till failure, taking a short break, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then doing another set to failure is a great tool. And then also drop sets. In other words, doing, let's say I'm using 50 kilograms, doing it till failure, taking a short break, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then dropping the weight by 20, 30%, sometimes even up to 50%, and then doing another set to failure. So that would be a drop set. So use these 2, and then consider the first thing that we spoke about. Very important. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow.